Just the remembrance of everything that happened here, it's not something I like to think about often.
On this busy suburban road, Akil Carter remembers a moment he'd rather forget.
Person in the back seat. I need you to step out of the car with your hands up.
Nearly 2 years ago, Akil was riding in the backseat of his white grandmother's car when they were pulled over by police, and he was ordered out of the car.
That was one of probably the most difficult moments of my life because I wanted to act out like, why are you doing this to my grandma?
That's your grandson? Stop. Get down on your knees. On your knees. Put your hands up. Don't move. You understand?
Guns drawn, Akil was handcuffed, detained, and forced in the backseat of a squad car. The police in this Milwaukee suburb said they were looking for a carjacking suspect.
At that point, I thought I was going to go to jail for nothing.
When the police officers are treating you that way, there's a feeling of frustration, there's a feeling of disrespect. Did you feel that? I've felt that before.
Yes, I feel like if I was white, it would have went completely different. I feel like being a black 6-foot man in America, I'm a threat. Like, that's just the way I am.
The trauma stemming from that moment haunts Akil, like many other African Americans.
It feels like I was being hunted, kind of a sense. Like I felt like they were out hunting me. Why are you trying to choke his neck, man?
Nobody's choking him.
In Tulsa, this encounter, caught on tape of white officers stopping black teens for jaywalking on a seemingly quiet suburban road with no sidewalks.
I was just walking down the street.
It's now sparked an internal investigation into whether the tactics were too aggressive.
What you following me for?
You broke the law, that's why.
In the wake of George Floyd's death, videos like these laying bare the brutality many black Americans have faced at the hands of police, sometimes in the most routine of encounters. In a nation where black Americans are far more likely to be arrested than white Americans. An ABC News investigation in partnership with our own stations looking at arrests reported to the FBI, revealing startling statistics. In 800 jurisdictions, black people were arrested at a rate 5 times higher than white people in 2018, when accounting for the racial makeup of the cities and the counties those police serve. In 250 localities, blacks were 10 times more likely to be arrested than their white counterparts.
So if you're telling me that people are 10 times more likely to be arrested being black than white in these jurisdictions, I'm telling you there's no way you know whence the racism. Is it healthcare, employment, education, housing, wealth accruement, or police? In reality, it's for sure some portion of all of those. But then what part of that do you want to lay at the feet of police? See, police outcomes are a really important indicator of what's wrong in society, because every arrest is a social failure.
With the death of Mr. Floyd, across America, the specter of racial bias in policing looms. In the Milwaukee suburb where Akil was arrested, black people are only 5% of the population, but account for more than 60% of arrests, 29 times more likely to be arrested than whites.
Are you surprised that it's that prevalent, that black people are targeted that much by police?
I am, but I'm not, because my father was put in handcuffs when I was an early age.
An experience no father should have in common with his son.
That's the moment when freedom is officially taken away. You are in handcuffs.
That's the perfect sentence for it. It literally feels like my freedom isn't here. Like I'm just a prisoner. I feel like you have no say, you have no nothing.
Akil was eventually released without being charged. He and his family have filed a federal civil rights lawsuit against the city of Wauwatosa and the police department. The Wauwatosa Police Department told ABC News they cannot comment while the case is pending. Police Captain Yolanda Williams navigates the tension between those who are black and those who wear blue every day.
I thought about the institution of policing itself and the fact that it originated from slave catchers. And really, as a police officer, what are we doing? We're catching people and we're institutionalizing them.
This is my own neighborhood. You literally know everybody.
My colleague Juju Chang first met her back in 2017. 2 years earlier, one of her colleagues, Sergeant Ian Firminger, had been convicted of fraud. But during his appeal, investigators stumbled upon racist and sexist texts between him and other cops. Shockingly, they singled out one officer, then Sergeant Williams.
So what messages stick in your mind?
I was someone's black NB. It horrified me.
The text also referred to black people as savages and animals, an undeniable glimpse into police culture rife with racism. The Department of Justice had been assessing the San Francisco Police Department, and in October of 2016, it strongly recommended nearly 300 institutional changes. Today, Williams is still on the force, captain of the school resource officers. She knows change happens slowly.
Well, in respect to the officers that were responsible for many of the things that have happened to me, there are a few that have still remained behind.
The San Francisco Police Department told ABC News they've met 61 of the DOJ reforms, and over 150 more are in progress, including cutting use of force in half and lowering the number of officer-involved shootings. But according to data ABC News reviewed from 2018, though African Americans make up just 5% of the population here, they account for over 37% of the arrests and are 6 times more likely to be arrested than a white person.
Hearing the statistics as to the percentage of black people who are arrested, it's alarming. The pandemic of racism goes far beyond the police department. This is a universal problem.
In her city, Mayor London Breed announced that she would divert funds from the police department to the black community. In Minneapolis, where George Floyd died, African Americans make up just 19% of the total population, but account for a whopping 63% of arrests. Police chief there, faced with the possibility his department could be disbanded, revealing the department will no longer negotiate their current contract with the police union, and introducing new real-time technology to track cops accused of misconduct and intervene. Called to defund the police, once a radical idea, now a national rallying cry.
It doesn't mean just one thing to everybody. On one extreme are people who literally mean abolition. No more police. Mostly what I hear is thinking about it as right-sizing the police. We want to give back to communities the resources they need so that there's less violence, that mental health goes through hospitals and clinicians and not through badges and guns.
Dr. Philip Ativa Goff spoke yesterday at a House hearing on police practices and accountability.
What we're seeing on the streets of the United States is a past due notice for the unpaid debts owed to black people for 400 plus years.
Where emotional testimony was heard from George Floyd's brother, Philanese.
I just wish I can get him back.
He didn't deserve to die over $20. I'm asking you, is that what a black man is worth? $20?
For Captain Williams, Floyd's death, a murder she calls it, weighs heavily on her.
I felt, even though it wasn't my knee that was on Mr. Floyd's neck, I still felt a sense of some responsibility. This momentum was long overdue. It's been 400 years since slavery.
Through slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, progress made, but so much pain endures. In the 60s, they declared, "I am a man." Now, Black Lives Matter, both unwavering in their calls for justice.
This is like a dream come true. Like, all 50 states are protesting. Beautiful. This should be a sign that people need to wake up.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.